see a picture.
Yep.
She's beautiful.
She's so beauty. Not very, just a little. No, she's pretty. Actually, she is pretty.
Yeah.
She's like, I write it down. Okay?
Okay.
Leia Salonga. Here. Can you see her name? I wrote it in the Skype.
Yeah, I see the name.
Okay, this famous singer, she's actually a Filipina, originally from the Philippines, but she became so famous in the singing industry in the US and all over the world actually. She was very famous because um she was the one who played or who sang the song or played as an actress, you know. She also become a well-known actress in the stage like Miss Saigon, Les Miserables, Aladdin, Mulan. You know Mulan?
Yeah, I know Mulan.
Yeah. She is she's the golden voice behind these movies or behind these movies, you know. She's,
Oh.
yeah. Well, this is like a trivia. You know trivia?
Mm,
This is a trivia. What I gave you is a trivia. You know what trivia means?
no.
When you say trivia, it's like an information, you know, a kind of general information. Okay?
Okay.
That's the meaning of trivia. So you have learned something today before we start our lesson.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. Well, I'm so excited to have a class with you today because it's our first day, right?
Right.
Are you excited too, Jasmine?
Yeah, I'm excited but a little nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. You know, I think it's very common, but I hope you're not gonna be nervous anymore after we've done our first day of the class. Okay. Well, today we're not gonna focus much on the lesson. Okay, we're gonna focus first on how the class flow. Okay, I'll be teaching you or I'll be informing you some color codes. Okay, which is very important for the class. You know, and I'll be sending you something. Just a minute.
Okay.
I want you to follow me on the book. But before anything else, I think it is so important that we're gonna have some talk first, right? About our lesson. I mean, before we talk about our lesson, I'd like to introduce myself first because that's so important, right? I do
Right.
believe that in order for us to have a better communication, in order for me to be a more effective teacher to you, I think I should introduce myself and get to know you as well. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. Well, my name is Teacher Cha, or you may call me Cha or Cherry. And I have two children. My eldest son is 13, and my youngest son is 7, and he'll be turning 8 by next month. Actually, 2 weeks from now, he will be 8 years old already. Well, I've been teaching English for 11 years now. Can you believe that?
I saw introduction of on the website on the Actions website.
Oh, really? Did you see
Uh-huh.
that I've been teaching for 11 years?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, yeah. I've been teaching English for 11 years. I was able to teach Korean for 5 years. Then I was able to teach um, a mixed student of Chinese, Korean, Russian for the last 3 or 4 years. And now, when I gave birth to my youngest son, or no, when I got pregnant to my youngest son, I stopped for about a year because, you know, when you're pregnant, It's quite difficult to work, right?
Yeah, that's too tired.
Yeah, and then after that, I got back to work. Then I've started teaching Taiwanese in 2015, and now it's already 2018, right? So I've been teaching three and a half years, if I'm not mistaken, for Taiwanese students. And in fact, Taiwanese students, they are my favorite students. For me, they are very kind and very obedient to the teachers. So I'm looking forward that we can also have a very good communication in these classes, right?
Right.
Well, I think if you have if you have something to ask me later, please feel free to ask questions. And I love that, I would love that, Jasmine. Well, I usually give homework to my students. Okay, well, it depends, but it depends on the needs of my students. But I still believe that giving homework is, is a way for a student to improve herself. Giving
Yeah.
such time at home is improving yourself also, because aside from your teachers, aside from giving your time to your class, it's also good that you also self-study, right? You have to
Right.
do some studies at home, of course, by the teacher's guidance during the class. Okay? Well, basically, that's what you have to know about me. Well, I love singing. Okay, singing, but this
I love singing too.
really. So, oh my gosh, maybe I don't know exactly the kind of songs you are singing right now, but I know Ed Sheeran. I like Ed Sheeran songs. Do you know him?
Mm, I I listen English song. I seldom listen English song, but um, I, I when I listen to English song, usually don't know who's singing it, who's singing.
Oh, really? Oh, I have a tip for you on that, Jasmine. In order for you to get familiar, okay, with the famous singers, or with the, Hollywood sing, American sing, you, because you said you like listening some English songs, right?
Yeah,
So I would like to give you some tip about that. I think it's better for you to I think it's better for you to know, just check it from the internet who sang the songs. From there, a little by little, you will get connected to the, American culture, American people, what's famous, what's in and out in the US. I think if you want to improve your communication in English, it can also help you to be, it will help you more to get it easier. Everything, not everything, but most of the things um, will be in perfect places when you also be more aware, okay, about like what the songs so
okay.
you're listening, you are listening to. That's also important as far as I am concerned. Okay. Well, I also
Okay.
like to cook, but I like cooking, but I'm very busy working to my children. So, I need to I need to work harder for them because I'm a single parent, Jasmine. Uh, do you have any problem with
Oh,
that? Yes, I do.
no. Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
oh,
And what
mm,
else? Well, I think that's
uh,
all.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So maybe it's your turn. Hello?
Please, I don't. Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah,
I
yeah.
can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. So, I think it's
Okay.
your turn. Would you like to introduce yourself to me?
Okay. I'm Jasmine and I'm 24 years old. I live at home with my parents
Where
and
in, I'm sorry, where in
I
Taiwan do you live?
I live at home with my parents
Okay.
and
Where in
I
Taiwan? Where in Taiwan do you live? What city do you belong? Are you from Taipei?
In Taichung.
Oh, in Taichung. Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, you're from Taichung. Okay, what else?
Yeah. Um supplier company.
You work in a textile. What? Sorry?
Textiles supplier company.
Ah, textile supplier. Okay, so you work for that. And what do you do there?
Because I'm not I get this job just a month ago.
Sorry.
And
Sorry,
I do
I
not
can't understand. What do you exactly do? Jasmine, what's your job?
because I help to um taking for answer the phone and deal with the order and making some fabric samples. Can
Oh,
you hear
okay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just listening. So, how long have you been working in this company?
Just almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months. Oh, it's very
Yeah.
new. Is this your first job?
No, I this is not my first job, and I before this job I was working nearby my home, and and I'm the cashier. A cashier. I'm I was a cashier nearby my home.
Oh, you're a cashier nearby your house. Okay, so
Yeah.
are you single? Are you still single?
Oh, um, I'm I'm single and I have a boyfriend.
Oh, that's great. So you're going to, are you going to be, are you getting married soon or not yet?
Not yet, I think, because my boyfriend is still studying and he is in Jiayi, studying in Zhongzheng University,
Oh, okay,
and
I see.
have, mm, yeah, and I want to have some have some money before I get
Mhm.
married.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I got it. All right. Well, Jasmine, I think you already told me what you want to say, okay? And before we start the lesson, do you have some questions? Would you like to ask me something?
Um, I think I don't have this question.
You don't have a question yet. Okay, I'm just wondering, okay, if you
Yeah.
don't have a question, I think I'll be the one asking you a question. Okay, so, all right, Jasmine, so I can see in your record that you've got 2 classes, right? You've got 2 classes per week, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you have 40 classes. You bought 40 classes, and today is your first day of the class, right? And the book you're going to
Right.
use in my class is ML Book 3. So I'm just wondering, I think the customer service was the one who chose this book for you. But before we uh, before we use this book, I also want to know, as your personal teacher, right? I just
Yeah.
like to know, why do you like to study English?
Oh, because uh, uh, I want to improve my English. Because
Mm-hmm.
because I need to use it when I'm working.
You need to use English, right?
Yes.
Okay, while you're working.
Right.
Okay, so this book is book 3, right? And did you see your book?
Right.
Did you see your book? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's great. Well, I think you already scanned some of the lessons here. Well, we will go that in the future, because I want to focus, as I mentioned to you earlier. I'd like to focus first. So I'd like to share with you these specific colors. Okay. So before anything else, I'd like you to follow me here on the book that the customer service had given you. Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to see the pages on the right upper corner of your book. Can you see it? Can you see page 1 on the right upper corner?
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
Okay, you see it. So every time I talk about pages, you have to look, or you have to check out in this page. Okay? I mean, on this corner, on the upper right corner. If you try to scroll it down, okay, you will see how far or what page are you already. Okay? Now, are you familiar using Google Drive? Are you
Not
familiar?
so familiar, but I can.
You are not so
But
familiar, but you can
yeah.
manage. Right? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll be pasting something in here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so what can you see on the first page? What can you see on the first page?
Many. Well,
Many
there are 4
colors.
colors.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's right. So there are many colors that you can see. These colors are very important during our class. Okay, firstly, I'd like you to know that only teacher can use these colors, and I will explain to you later why. Okay? Okay, so I'd like you to check on with the first, the colors. Can you read the meaning on the side? What's the meaning of each colors?
Red, wrong answer. Yellow, right answer. Orange means pronounced words. Green, things to remember.
Okay. Alright, so red means wrong answer, yellow right answer, orange mispronounced words, and green things to remember. So I'll be telling you how the class will go during our class. So I'd like to explain first the first two colors, red and yellow. Okay? So I'll just give you an example here. Okay. So this is only example, right? Okay, wait a minute. Okay. As you can see, it's only an example as I mentioned to you earlier. So you can see a question and then I will write down student and then better say. Okay. So if you will notice, the question is where are you from, right? So the question is where are you from? Let's say the student said, I was come from Taiwan. Do you think the answer is correct?
No, because there are two verbs.
Okay, very good. So it's not. So what I'll do in here is that, because you don't need to write down, to say I'm, okay? I'm was come from Taiwan. So you don't need to use that one, this sentence, because definitely this is wrong, right? It's incorrect. It's grammatically incorrect. So what you're gonna do, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove these. Wait a minute. I'll be removing that. Okay. I'll be removing was come because it's not the right way to say I'm was come Taiwan. Okay. So I'll be highlighting this red color. Okay. Because definitely in this sentence, these two words are the ones wrong in the sentence. So what I'm gonna do is that I will be highlighting this pink and I usually highlight the whole sentence. Okay. If I need to correct a sentence, I normally highlight the whole sentence yellow. And then I will highlight pink color from the words I added up from the sentence that's missing. As you can see, the word here correct, okay, is pink color. So I was able to use from here because that's how I can show you easier, right? Or you can easily see that, okay, teacher Cha, this is the right word to use, you know. You can easily recognize it, right, Jasmine? Okay, so this is how I use red and yellow colors during our class. In order for you to see, or to recognize it better, you know, it's better to see some colors, right? Any question? None. It should be none, not no. Okay. All right. So let's now continue. All right. From orange color. So you know the meaning of mispronounced words?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's the meaning of mispronounced word? What is the meaning?
It means the past of verb.
Okay, thank you for saying it. So that's correct, okay? So the meaning of mispronounced word is a word that you did not pronounce correctly, okay? But there are two ways I correct the students, okay? Are you familiar with KK?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I don't recommend KK very much, but I think more of my students, they are familiar with KK. But I really don't recommend KK. Why? I'm not saying everything is wrong. Okay, most of them are right, are correct. However, there are some certain cases, all right, there are some certain cases that I found out that there are some sounds are incorrect. Okay, it's like for example how to pronounce the long e and the short one, and some and others, you know. So I really don't recommend using KK, but actually some actually the school or this academy Actions Language Online is also providing the students KK dictionary. However, I really as a teacher, you know, I've been teaching English for 11 years. I don't think, because sometimes it's gonna be confusing for the students, and I want to correct that. Okay, I want to correct what you have learned since you were a kid, or from the time that you started learning English. Okay, so it's really better that I'm gonna provide something to you. Okay, can you see it? Can you see the word computer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's say you did not pronounce the word
Yes,
computer. Okay. For example, you did not pronounce the word computer correctly. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I will highlight orange color the right spelling sound. Well, this is not the spelling of computer. The right spelling is on the left side. Okay, the one I underlined. Okay, that's the right. That's the right. That's the right spelling. But we talk about the sound. What is the spelling of the sound of computer? You get it? So this is how I correct my student. Now, I want to know if you understand the way I corrected it or not. You don't understand also?
I'm not.
You're not also
Yeah.
familiar? Oh, really? You can't, you don't know how to read that? Okay, for example, I write down the
Yes,
word.
I know how to read.
Oh, you know how to read. No. I'm asking the orange
Yeah,
color. The orange color. Are you familiar with the orange color? Do you know how to read that? Okay, I'll give you another example. Let's say dictionary. Okay? Okay. Can you read this part?
Yeah.
You know? Do you understand how to read it?
Sure. Yeah.
I think you can read it.
Yeah.
I think you can, right?
Yeah.
So from now on, I will correct you.
Yes,
I will correct your pronunciation or your mispronounced words using this. And we call it the spelling from the IPA, or from International Phonetic Alphabet. Okay, this is the way how American speakers speak. That's why I want to share it to you. Okay? So, is there any question? Do you have a question? All right. None again. None. Okay, no is okay, but it should better. Yeah, it's. Or do you have a question? No, I don't. Or none. Okay. Okay, so let's go on to the last word. Or last color, sorry. So the last color is green, right? Okay, where do I use the green color? So where do I usually use this green color? Okay. So I normally use this green color. Okay, let's say you don't know the word computer. So what shall I do first in order for you to understand the meaning? Okay. So let's say I was able to write down the meaning of the word computer. Can you read the meaning?
Yes.
Can you read, please?
Is and yes.
Yeah, I want you to read that, please. Can you read, Jasmin?
Computer is. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I think I want you to read it a bit louder. Can you read the meaning, please?
Computer is. Okay. Is an electronic device for storing and processing data.
Data. Data, not data. Okay, thank you for reading. So let's say I already gave you the meaning, but you still don't understand what computer is. So what's the next thing I do in order for you to understand? Normally, I give an example sentence. Okay. So Jasmine, I'd like you to read give an example.
Jasmine is a computer programmer because she is good at computer.
Okay, thank you for reading. So Jasmine is a computer programmer because she is good at computer. Okay, so let's say I already gave you an example sentence, but you still don't get it. You still don't understand. Okay, normally I give other names. Okay, so what do I mean by that? What do I mean by other names? Okay, so let me show you what I'm trying to say. So I write down. Okay, so when you say other names, these are the other calling of the word computer. So in my generation, Jasmine, when I was like, I think when I was in college, okay, because I started using computer when I was in college. Wow, that was a long time ago. You want to know when was that? Okay, I'm not. I think I'm generous. I'm very generous about exposing my age, so it's okay. I think it was the late 90s. Maybe 1998, 99. I started use or 97, 90s. I think 90 something like that. 97 to 98. I started using a computer. Wow, that's you know that kind of computer. If you are familiar with DOS, you know DOS?
Um,
Are you familiar? No? Okay, well, let's not talk about that anymore. I also don't know how to explain it. But it's the type of computer before. Okay, one of the types of computer a long time ago. Well, I think if I will compare it this time, I think we have Windows, right? We have
Right.
Windows 7, 8, right? Like that. So, or Vista, I think you know Vista, Vista or yeah, I forgot. Anyway, so other names for computer when in my generation, we call it PC. Okay, PC is acronym of personal computer. So sometimes we call computer as personal computer. Oh, sorry, personal computer. And of course, in your generation, people call it laptop or desktop or notebook, and
Yeah.
some call it netbook, and so many more. Okay, so let's say Jasmine, I already gave you many other names of the word computer, but you still don't get it. You still don't understand it. What do you think is the last option I will do? Of course, I'll be giving you the image. Okay? I will give you the picture because I think it's the best or the easiest way in order for the student to understand. But sometimes there are words that cannot show in picture. Okay?
Yes.
So, and of course, I don't usually use this kind of method, showing right away a picture, because I want the students to engage in the conversation as well. And I want you, Jasmine, to stimulate your ability in using vocabulary words by speaking. Okay?
Okay.
So that's how I do it. Now, what's the green color or what's the connection of the green color here? So once you already understood the meaning of computer, so I will highlight the green color or the word computer and with the green color because I want you to study that at home, or I want you to remember them. That's why you can see things to remember from the green color, right? So that's why I'm gonna highlight green color. So I already explained to you the class flow, Jasmine. Is there any question with the colors?
I don't have question with these colors.
Okay, thank you for that. Well, I have to remind you that all these colors, I will be the one using them. Now, you might ask me, why, Cha? You are so selfish. You know the meaning of selfish?
Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
maybe you might tell me that, but not really. I just want to be more organized because, for example, let's say, okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Let's say can you follow me on page 2?
Okay.
Okay, let's say, Jasmine, you studied your lesson at home, and then you were able to write down a particular sentence. Let's say you're gonna write this one. Okay, let's say there's a particular word. Okay, businessman. So you studied by yourself. You had the self-study at home. And then businessman is a person who works, uh, who owns a business. Company. That's a businessman. Okay, so let's say this is the meaning of the given word. And then let's say you want to write a sentence from the word businessman. Let's say you made an example sentence like, I want be businessman. Is this sentence correct?
No,
No.
this is not correct.
Okay. But you want to remember, okay, but while you're studying, you want to remember particular example of sentences when you're studying. If you want to, let's say you want to remember a particular vocabulary word and how to use it in a particular sentence. Now, let's say you highlighted this yellow color, okay, the one you have written. And normally, Jasmine, when I see the colors, okay, I don't mind it much anymore because it means it's already finished to me. Okay, so what if I did not recognize that yellow color? So it means you will forever know a wrong way or method of writing a sentence, because the right way, because the right way of the sentence is that you have to write out, I want to be a businessman, right? So this is the proper way, right? Or the right sentence to make. Okay, so that's why I want you to avoid using these different colors. Don't worry, Jasmine, you can use any colors except this. Okay.
Okay.
And I want to add up one more thing. If you want to write something, for example, I ask you to make your own sentences or to do some exercises here, don't forget to use blue ink. Okay. Wow, why it's black? Oh, sorry. You're gonna use this color, blue ink. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, by writing your exercises. Well, do you have any question, Jasmine?